Lane Kiffin is joining us on the program, the University of Mississippi head coach. Where are you right now, Coach?
I am in Oxford, Mississippi. We are back at work.
All right. So this is the official interview room at Ole Miss?
This is actually our team room with the backdrop.
Is anything in there that's interesting?
No, just a bunch of chairs and that's about it.
You're looking lean here. You're looking good. You look in shape.
Thank you. Good summer. Yeah. Got some discipline this summer.
Are you all right?
Yeah. Doing well. In California and in Boca for vacation, where I still have my house, and now we're back at work here.
Your reaction to the new additions coming your way, Texas and Oklahoma?
I think it's great. I mean, SEC is already the most powerful conference and most draft picks and kind of dominating recruiting. So this probably goes to the next level where you're basically looking at it now as, if you're a recruit, especially with name, image, likeness, money, you want to make that, how are you not going to go to the SEC?
Do you recruit Clemson? Do you recruit Big Ten teams? What do you think the SEC? What else is the SEC going to do?
I have no clue. I worry about what I can control. Obviously, don't have anything to say in that. So, I mean, I wouldn't guess that you'd go add more, right away. Kind of like when they put A&M and Missouri in, but you never know.
What would you tell Texas and Oklahoma they're in for, joining the SEC? Certainly with football.
Just every week, that's the difference. Coming here when I went to Tennessee from USC and then Alabama, and then back here now, it's just every week, it's on, and you're going to have some great players on the other side, and usually some high NFL picks, on every team that you play.
The name, image, and likeness has been big, and I know at least it was reported that you were surprised Bryce Young at Alabama was going to get $1 million here. How do you deal with that day to day with your team, with players?
Well, yeah, I was surprised by that. I was at the SC Media Days, and that was thrown out there, and I just didn't think that it would get to that level, especially this fast of players that hadn't started or really played very much. But I guess after looking at it more and, talking to people more, that there's more into investing into the younger player that's going to play a few years versus the guy who's going into his last year of eligibility that, if you sign him, you only got him for 1 year, to make money off of them. So it's just a new world that we're dealing with. More like it would be in professional sports, which we really are professional sports now. I mean, players get paid and we have free agency, except our free agency is almost year round. So, it really has changed a lot.
Yeah, I was wondering how this works if a booster at Ole Miss says, hey, I'm going to give this starting offensive line $50,000 each for whatever, promotion, or a restaurant. We feed the offensive line at Ole Miss. Like, do you see those things happening? Do you have to put out fires as the head coach here or anything go through you with the name, image, and likeness?
Yeah, we just send it because it's so complicated now and, what you're able to do where you couldn't do any of this before, it couldn't help out at all. So, or pay players. So now we just send them to compliance and let them figure it out.
The transfer portal, how does it work? That if a player is going or you're able to receive a player, how much heads up do you get with that?
Yeah, you don't really. It's like I said, it's a free agency without the rules. So kid just goes in and all of a sudden he's out there. You can go take him, or your kid comes and goes in, and it's not like you can franchise him or something like that and keep him. So and they can go in and then come back. So it's allowing it now that where everybody can just go and play immediately is awesome for the kids, but that's a whole, I don't think it's going to be as great as everybody thinks. And you're going to have a ton of kids, just like we have had hundreds and hundreds of kids that go in with nowhere to go because the numbers don't work right. You lose these kids, they don't give you new spots. You still only have 25 spots. Yeah. So a school may only have 1 or 2 spots to take people, but yet all these kids are leaving thinking they can go somewhere. And then when you take them, let's say somebody took 10. Now that's only 15 guys out of high school you can take. So that's 10 less high school players getting scholarships just to one program. So I think it's going to have some unintended consequences here.
You had one of my favorite players, Elijah Moore, and he was taken by the Jets. What are the Jets getting with him?
Awesome kid. I mean, I already saw interviews where they were talking about it's like he's been in the NFL already. Very unique maturity, practice habits, preparation. So he is a true example when they say what a pro player is. He is and already was in college.
Is it the transition from pros to college or college to pros? What do you think is tougher? Because I'm looking at what Urban Meyer is doing as a coach. So is there a tougher transfer between those two?
Yeah, college to pro. That's definitely tougher, but they're really tough either way now because if you haven't been in one, like even if you go pro forever and you come back to college, it's just changed so much. And the offenses have changed. It's like two different sports now, the NFL and college. And really, it used to be in college, we were always copying the NFL, going to make cut ups to their offense and plays. It's actually backwards now. The NFL actually over the last 3-4 years copies college football. If you look at, the RPOs and different type of throws and offenses and usage of tempo and situations, it's actually gone backwards. I think it's harder for a defensive coordinator, that's an NFL background to come in and be successful in college.
Well, do you think that you got hired, with Saban at Alabama just because he needed to get caught up with modern offenses? I mean, maybe that's not fair to coach to say it, but you were brought in to give a freshness to the offense?
Yeah, and I think that's well documented. He said that, he wanted it to change, and credit to him. He saw the problems it was giving him on defense. They had actually lost their last 2 games at that time to Auburn and kick 6, and then to Oklahoma in the Sugar Bowl. So, credit to him. He wanted to change and saw that people that weren't changing and evolving on offense and still trying to do the old way, pro style under center and all that, they were getting fired. So, and that worked and it changed. And then that, to me, that changed recruiting of offensive players at Alabama, which is now an issue for all of us because now they can go get all the offensive players because it used to be you had a chance to beat them on offensive players because they were so conservative. Well, now they're winning all these awards and everything and scoring 50 points a game. So now nobody beats them on defensive players or offensive players.
Does it feel hopeless at times, given how great Alabama is?
A little bit, at times in recruiting, especially when he, announces that his backup quarterback from last year is getting $1 million. That's going to be a little hard to recruit against. I mean, like he just accidentally threw that out there, he didn't do that on purpose.
You need to get Warren Buffett or Jeff Bezos to be a sugar daddy for the program there.
Yeah, we're going to need some help on that one.
I think he's signing a new contract. Like, how much is Saban worth if you put a dollar figure on it each year to that program?
Way more than what he makes. And I understand, faculty. And when people say, okay, how does a guy like that make that much money when he just coaches football? But, the money he brings into the program and the university, people don't realize when a football program's rolling, the university changes. Student applications change, so tuition goes up, everything changes. So as crazy as it is, kids around the country who watch a football program doing well and they say, I want to go there, even though they don't play football.
Well, good luck this season, Coach. We'll be checking in on you and always appreciate your time.
All right, Dan. Have a good one. Thanks.
Thank you. That's Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss head coach.